Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching my commentary of Apple's announcements this morning. We expect a full-on reveal of the Apple Watch. To answer your question up front, yes, I'm planning on getting one, and to answer your other question, yes, I do plan on muting whatever device I apparently did not have muted before. Because Liz is going to be helping me moderate the chat. You're joining us now. I do a live stream every weekday. Actually, 4 live streams every weekday. 4. If you want to join me in the live streams normally, this one is obviously public. You can just become one of our super nomies. It's easy to do. Starting at $2 a month, you can tune into all the live streams. Join us in the Hangouts, which we're going to be doing another Hangout, a bonus Hangout after today's live event. That is patron only. So it's easy to do. Support the community, get live streams, and tons of other bonuses. More information, of course, at chrispirillo.com. I've done this a few times before, and if you've never tuned in, I do not rebroadcast anything that Apple's broadcasting because I do not have the right to do that. But what I do is place my headphones over my ears, and then I have to pop my glasses up. Otherwise, my stems dig into my skull, and that kind of hurts. And then I listen, and I regurgitate and give you my perspective. So there you go. I think that's really all I need to say up front. Immediately, you of course share this video if you so choose. Let me go ahead and make sure everything's going okay. Everything seems to be going okay on my end. We do have a couple of people that are saying that they hope Apple is going to produce the new version of the iPod Touch. I doubt that's going to happen. Sorry, Norbert Zeus. It may not happen. I'm sorry, Norbert, if that was your name. Norbert Zeus. The handles y'all come up with are great. So Brian D. Roberts, hello Brian, says, Chris looks red. I am red, and here's why. You know the light that we were experimenting with last week? I mean, it works. The light still works, but if I turn this on, suddenly I become less red. But the reason why it's off, because those little LED banks, which I'm going to be reviewing this week, they they take 6 AA batteries, and I haven't picked up rechargeables, newer rechargeables for those, nor have I picked up the rechargeable camcorder batteries, which are also compatible with those. So I'm trying to conserve any amount of battery juice that I have. So I white balanced to the yellow light on that bank, and this is why I am red. Plus, this is a very special day for me. I'm not blushing, but I kind of am. See this plate of bacon? It was twice as big as this stack you see right here. It's my 3-year anniversary to being married to Diana today, and she made this for me, a plate of bacon on a Darth Vader plate, which is awesome. I woke up and I laughed. Ooh, sorry for brushing the mic there. I laughed, and I think that's the greatest gift of all. I think that it was the greatest gift of all. It's waking up to laughter, because I woke up. What is this? And it was bacon, and I just I didn't even think. I laughed. So I thought beyond the bacon, which was a perfect gift for me, it was just being surprised. That makes me laugh. It made me laugh. Bacon does not make me red, by the way. Fat math fabulous. Let's see how many usernames Chris can screw up this morning. So, look at this. I'm drinking out of my I Know mug. I told Diana she's got to drink out of the I Love You mug. Nice. Can you guys deal with me being red? Just tell me you can deal with me being red. I'm going to be red. I got to save batteries. Batteries. One of these days, we will get rid of the batteries. One of these days. You know what we probably should do, Brian? For the live streams of TLDR, figure out some kind of roll call for people who are able to tune in live normally. Yeah, we'll see. Sven Hebink asks, do you want a Retina MacBook Air? I'd love to see one. I don't know if I've experienced... apart from an amazing display on the iMac, the 5K iMac here with the Retina display 5K, whatever the hell they call it. I don't know. It's a great iMac. It's fast, but I think Retina is almost pushing it too far in terms of what the video card could do. So I don't know if we're going to see a decently performing MacBook Air. Would I get one? I mentioned this on TLDR on Friday, so I'm not going to rehash that. If you want to know the answer to that question, you can listen to the AMA from Friday. Yeah. So welcome, everybody. It's nice to see everybody live, including Earl Green. Hey, Earl. Thank you for wishing us a happy anniversary. Vadim Rob asks, does anyone know of a DVI D male can go in a DVI female socket? Yeah. I couldn't tell you. It's been so long. The last DVI cables I had were connected to the classic monitors that I had here before upgrading to the iMac. You might remember those. They I used, what was it, dual link cables. So I'm not even sure. It's been so long. God, that was the last DVI I messed with. We did videos on DVI cables a long time ago in the classic YouTube channel, which I hope everybody's watching. We're having fun doing edited videos there now. Oh, by the way, Adra Fu asks, which headphones are these? These are the Revos. So go.tagjag.com/REVO. Go.tagjag.com/Revo. My headphones of choice. Even though I lost a cable, I'm looking for a better cable. Maybe I'll get like a Darth Vader themed cable. Oh, this shirt, it's washed. This shirt is washed. I wore my Loki shirt 4 days in a row. Back to the Darth Vader shirt. Super, super soft. Got it from shop.lockergnome.com. One of the softest shirts I ever worn. So we're just a couple of minutes away from the live stream officially starting, which is good. Is this still talking? It is. My phone. Shame. Shame. Is Apple doing a live stream this time around? Every day. Every time, seemingly, they are. PKTV. You can head over to, in fact, I'll tell you outright. Apple.com. Actually, just Google this. Where is Apple's live watch stream or whatever it is? And you can Google it or Bing it. And you can find it. Because otherwise, it's I think it's apple.com/live is what's going on. So I'm just refreshing the page, seeing when we're going to get any kind of update in terms of... Oh, there we go. I see audience. I hear music that, wow, is a little sexy for this early in the morning. It's kind of disconcerting. I feel like, you know, you and I should have a special kind of relationship at this point, which, you know, we have not progressed to that state. Not even my super nomies. You're all my nomies, but this is really sexy music. Maybe Apple's announcing sexy music in conjunction with this. And today, you can get the Apple Watch with the sexiest music we've ever produced. Yes, you do need Safari, Mark Turner. That is true, but hey, it is Apple. What'd you expect? I kind of wish they'd start moving beyond that, though, to tell you the truth. All right, so I'm going to stop listening to the sexy music and start listening to you sexy people out there. Are you sexy? If you're sexy and you know it, what you need to do right now is you need to show it. Go to Twitter, you know, take a picture of where you are watching me, listening to the live stream at the same time, and then I'll go through and I'll retweet them. You want retweeted by us? LockerGnome and Chris Pirillo? That's all you got to do. Just interact. Of course, you know I follow anybody who does Star Wars stuff and Lego stuff. That's a given. Oh, here we go. Apple logo. Let's see if we get some Chinese translations for this live stream again. 1 a.m. where you're at. Wow, that is early. That is dang early, man. Too early for me. Although I'd probably wake up that early to do this. All right. Here we go. So my LockerGnome team will be tweeting out the link where everybody's able to tune in to watch our broadcast in conjunction with the Apple broadcast to make sure we have as many people who can tune in to the live stream as possible. Like I said, we do this every day, usually just for the super nomies. Today is special for everybody. Oop, Apple logo's fading away. Chris is grabbing a tissue. He's going to cry. Uh-oh. I'm seeing... Oh, whew. I saw Chinese characters on the screen. That's the first thing I saw. I'm like, oh, man. It looks like we're watching a beautiful ad. It's one thing you gotta hand Apple. They do have beautiful ads. You know what I'm saying? Mitch Crane, it's 3 a.m. where Mitch is. That's dedication. You know what dedication is? Doing a live stream at 10 a.m. That's what a dedication is. You know, I'm envious of people who are there on site. That's kind of neat to be there, but I'd so much rather be here at times. Everybody else is covering it there. I'm doing it here. We're doing it live! We're doing it live! I guarantee my coffee is better than their coffee. Have we Liz, I can't remember. Did we upload the inverted method AeroPress for the show and tell video on the other channel? I can't remember. We will soon if we haven't. Oh, it's just an Apple commercial right now. You're not missing anything. Everyone's excited. Just close your eyes and imagine, or just watch on your own screen. It's people who are excited about Apple. Hashtag shock. These days are the worst days ever to be on the internet, by the way, if you cannot stand Apple. All I want to hear, and it's not going to happen until WWDC, this is the only thing I want to hear is, we're going to fix all the bugs, and iOS 9 and OS 10, 10, 11 is going to be bug fix releases, optimization releases. That's all I want. But we won't hear that today, I'm guessing. That'll likely be reserved for WWDC for developers. I do expect to hear about the rollout of the update for OS 10, 10, 10 Yosemite today with updated emoji as well as photos. I can't wait to start using that, not being a fan of iPhoto. Tim Cook has taken the stage. Is he wearing a watch? Is he wearing an Apple Watch? No, he's wearing Android wear. What is this? He's trolled the entire world. Kidding, kidding. Oh, that was the opening of the latest store in China. Big store. Beautiful store. It really, it's a beautiful store. You're just saying that because it's Apple. No, I'm saying it because it's a beautiful store. I'd say that about an action figure, which, by the way, they're going to be releasing a Rebels edition Darth Vader Star Wars figure later this year. And the sculpt looked breathtaking. Okay, now, you have to clap. If you don't clap at home and you're watching Apple's live stream, they actually drop you. So you have, when everybody else claps, you have to clap as well. It's not just if you believe in fairies. You have to make sure you clap. It's a little tip I picked up. Because I used to not clap during these live streams, especially when they're talking about opening stores. It's a big deal for Apple, huge deal for Apple. For me, not so much. You know, I've gone to the mall where they have an Apple store. Well, there are a few in Seattle. And I don't always visit the Apple store. You'd think I would, but not really. There's some things that are there that are nice, but I don't feel the need to go. Whoa, 120 million people visited their stores last quarter. That's a lot. And we almost have that many people watching right now, 120. Not million, but... Oh, a few more reasons to visit the stores today. Apple TV! Are we getting an update? I am excited about this. So excited I'm eating bacon. They're offering content from everywhere. Isn't HBO supposed to launch on Apple TV today too? Like separately from your TV subscription? HBO. They love HBO. No, you love Game of Thrones. They might as well just rename the network, you know? Like BlackBerry used to be RIM, and they just renamed it to BlackBerry. I think they should just rename HBO Game of Thrones. We mean, of course, Sex and the City. April 12th, Return of Veep. I thought he was going to say Game of Thrones. Silicon Valley, Veep was pretty good. Game of Thrones! Know your audience, man. Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones. Oh, cool. The CEO of HBO. He's joining us. So the CEO gets to come out. Why do they have to trot out the CEO at this time? Just say, HBO is now available and you don't need a television subscription. No, instead, we've got to sit through another CEO talk. All you have to say is HBO will now be available on Apple TV as a separate subscription service. Sorry, I'm talking over someone right now. HBO Now is the name of the service. Apple's the exclusive partner at launch. I'd expect it to roll out everywhere, including like to Android TVs and whatnot. Get access to all the programming. No cable or satellite subscription. That's probably the big deal there. See, that's funny. You said you can watch it. Oh, so you can also do it on other iOS devices. Starting in April, $15 a month. Start it in April. You'll get the first month free if you subscribe in April. Whee! New Game of Thrones trailer. Oh man, hang on. Shh, shh, shh. You have to watch the stream now. Game of Thrones. Dude, this is huge. This is pretty big news. So many people are going to get it. So many people. I didn't think this day could get any better. I have goosebumps. Yes! uh oh! Oh man. Now y'all know I'm House Targaryen, so here's the thing. You could get the subscription and get caught up. You can binge on it by the time the new season starts. So don't feel bad if you haven't gotten into Game of Thrones. You're the only person. Wow. Now that was, you know what? That was pretty cool. They've sold over 25 million Apple TVs to date. Now, I don't know if they're talking about the latest one. Now they're mentioning $99. They're saying it's costly. Well, not costly, but they're mentioning the cost, $99. They're lowering the price of Apple TV to $69. Please don't eat while speaking. Ah, silly kid. What you gotta understand is that when you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. So, no update, really, apart from cheaperness. That's pretty big news. Now they're talking about iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. They've sold 700 million iPhones. I have personally purchased 600 million of them. That's a joke, by the way. What brand of bacon is this? I don't know. Good. Year-over-year smartphone growth for now. It's a big deal. Yeah, now they're talking about being number one and stuff. I hate when they do this. I mean, I know why they have to do it, but customer sat, 99%. I don't know, dude. I'm still very much looking forward to some bug fixes here. Please. That's what I want. Now they're talking about Apple Pay. Let's see some stats here. Oh, man, I'm out of coffee, Pixie. I have plenty of bacon, though. Retailer partners. They've tripled the number. It's interesting. Vending machines. I didn't know vending machines took it. Wow. That's cool. See, now I think that's where it's transformative. Something like a vending machine. A gas station vending machine. Even street parking, would be insanely more convenient. Easier. We're just starting with that, really. Yeah. Oh, mentioned iPod. Now it does so much more. The iPhone is what he's talking about. It's never more than an arm's length away. That is true. It's very transformative. Now he's mentioning CarPlay, HomeKit, where it has been going as my stream pauses. I may actually have to hit refresh here. Now I'm stuck here. Okay, that was fun. Let's go over here. Hello, McFly. Am I even streaming still? I hope, because that's everything else is like frozenness-ish. Really frozen. Very frozen. All right, let's try this. There we go. Boy, flaky internet here. Sorry, folks. He's talking about updates and stuff. Everything the iPhone does. Specifically in the area of health is where I think they want to make an impact. With HealthKit as a foundation. So I think this is what's going to be leading into the watch announcement. Medical research. Okay, now we're going to have someone else. Someone else is on stage, Jeff Williams, talking about medical research. He looks like Stannis Baratheon. Stannis Baratheon has taken the stage. Everyone's like, I'm out of coffee. So this is interesting. Medical research. That's true. I mean, researchers do have an issue with recruiting to get samples. This is this is interesting. It may not sound fascinating to you, but think about that. If you've got something on you, medical research. Wow. What are they going to do here? Getting data, better data, frequent data. Okay, now that's not as exciting, let's say, for some of us, but for those in the medical professions. Wow. Where are they going with this? Communication. Usually with a study, it's a one-way communication. So, have they figured out how to make medical research easier to facilitate then? Again, they're pointing out that they've got hundreds of millions of iPhone users who could potentially contribute to studies if it was easier. This is theoretical. Research kit. A new framework, okay. With a series of like heart symbols. So this could likely be tied into the health app on iOS. Okay. Yeah, made specifically for medical research. Researchers can create apps. Turns the iPhone and health. you know, it's fascinating. And of course, they've been working with experts. Like I said, this is where it kind of gets exciting for me in technology. It's transformative. If this brings us closer to a series of cures, how is this anything less than exciting? That's fantastic. Oh, they've already got something to help research for Parkinson's. So, you don't think about this until, let's just say, for argument's sake, years from now, you discover that something happened to you or you've got some kind of disease that you didn't realize you had. You would do anything for a cure or a solution to your problem. They might be able to have figured out a way to have brought us closer to the cure with better software, better platform. Fascinating. It's really it may not sound exciting, but it is fascinating to me. It really is fascinating. We'll see how much of an impact it makes. I think theoretically it can make a pretty deep impact, though. Hmm. Okay, Apple Watch has now officially been mentioned on stage. So now they're going to be able to collect better data. Researchers. Apple, I don't think touches any of it. So the neat thing is the user with the data that's surfaced by way of HealthKit gets access to the data immediately. So they can see the correlation with a change of activity in relation to something else. Also, diabetes. Or I guess if you have diabetes is not a company. There's an app that can help you track cardiovascular disease. These apps must now be available. Wow, asthma. Boy, they're getting some biggies here. Interesting. There's an app for that. They're let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking at questions as they're talking through the rest of research kit here. Joanne Edwards, sounds like an excuse to charge people higher health insurance premiums. Well, you know, if you've got more data, man. I mean, if you're an informed consumer. Scotty D says, I think it's data mining at its finest. I don't disagree with that. But the nice thing about that data mining is you have access to the data. Compared to before, where you didn't. Breast cancer. Wow. I was wondering if cancer was going to get brought up. That's a biggie, too. No, Mark, they're not preloaded apps. Of course not. I would not expect them to be either. These are very, very, very targeted. Research Kit would be enabled, as a part or in conjunction with Health Kit as a part of iOS. So you would be able to support the apps should you need them. Privacy now comes up. You decide whether to participate. That's a given. You decide how your data is shared. Apple will not see your data. I didn't expect that to happen. As do others. That's the scary part. That's true. But when you have the opportunity to at least be in control of that, it changes the paradigm. It sounds like a minor announcement, but I think this is one of the bigger things to come out of it will be one of the bigger things to come out of today because of how transformative it could be in terms of bringing us closer to understanding the human condition. It gets me excited with technology. Yeah, but then again, I'm more about the experience. I don't care about the specs. I'm just checking. They're doing a commercial right now for Research Kit, so I'm just checking the comments to see if there are any questions I might be able to address. See here? I don't see anything. Nope. It's good that everyone is staying on topic if we had a topic here. I like when people stay on topic as opposed to turning back to the chat and seeing people talking about mini golf. eWiki 3 Enterprises said that the stream crashed. It seems to be going up and down, and I thought I was the only one. I've only had one blip, though, this morning, which is good. I'll take that. Okay. You know, it'll be very interesting to see what else they announce today, because everyone was expecting the Apple Watch, and they've talked about just about anything but the Apple Watch. Spring forward time. I think everyone's waiting for them to spring forward into the announcement. Peter Dan Hogg says, "My, do people talk about Android as it's about Apple? Why? Oh, why do people?" Peter, they just don't understand, really. And thank you, Jeremy, for wishing us a happy anniversary, as well as eKiwi3. Did I say eWiki3? Or eKiwi3? Android is not Apple, obviously. One's a platform, the other's a company. That's a big difference. Plus, we've talked about it before. Android and Google, horizontal player. Apple Apple is a vertical player. See, they're two different companies, two different ways of conducting business, completely different. That's the demonstration. I expect that to be an animated GIF in 3, 2, 1. All I want in iOS 8.2 or whatever the next version is the folder popping bug to be gone forever. I'm done with it. I'm so sick of it. That's all I have to say about that. Red Vlogs speculates maybe the Apple Watch will be the "oh wait, there's more" moment. You mean one more thing? I don't know. The one more thing's probably going to be some random band that nobody cares about. Bro, is that a Darth Vader shirt? Deathhound 16, you know it! Look at this. Full-on Darth Vader. Super soft material. Poly spandex blend. I even have the cape on the back. You can get it at shop.lockergnome.com. Super Gnomies get a discount on every purchase, too. But yes, it is, and it's awesome. You must be new here. Welcome. What happened to the GIF feature on YouTube? It came yesterday and now it's gone. I think it was just a beta feature, which is sad because I love animated GIFs. You want to get retweeted or favorited by me? You make an animated GIF on Twitter and I just, no problem. Just reshare, reshare, reshare. I love animated GIFs. Always have, always will. That's what I want in iOS 9. Native animated GIF support. Ramsey Haddad says, hey, I've been watching since vlog 1. Love you. Huge fan. You're awesome. Now, the audience is cheering for good reason. I told you, this is a very exciting thing. When technology, if technology cannot change our lives for the better, what's the point? I've said that before and I'll say it again. It's very exciting when you see the application of technology. This is why, I mean, hardware's good, but this is, I'm telling you, I'm more of a software geek. Whoa! That's an announcement. ResearchKit's going to go open source. Well, they're releasing it next month. First 5 apps will be available today. Come on, dude. That's, I told you, there's a reason it got a lot of applause. Apple's always believed that good things can happen when you put technology in the hands of the many, and I agree. The research community has just got to be just cheering. Whether or not they may hate Apple, but you can't hate Apple for this. You can't. I dare you to name one person out there who doesn't know anybody who hasn't been impacted by any of those afflictions that were mentioned during the keynote. From diabetes to cancer. That's potentially transformative for medical research. Long overdue. Putting data back in your hands. I love that. Okay, now they're doing the lineup from the watch to the iMac. They're going to talk about the Mac. Now they're talking about a strong Mac lineup. From the Air to the iMac. They're only showing 3 Macs, though. Not the Mac Mini. The iMac, the Air, and the MacBook Pro. They're talking Apple's growing. Good going, Apple. Ramsey asked if I remember breaking the Nexus 4. I do. He says he broke his a couple hours after mine. Scotty D, Chris, give a hint on the removal of the Apple logo from your iMac. Did anybody even notice? Oh, I'm tethered. I forgot. That's the only hint you're going to get. Jedi is doing well. Thank you, Dompod Media Gaming. Doing very well today. So they're talking about we designed things. They want to do something ambitious and bold. They're challenging themselves to reinvent the notebook, or have been challenging themselves, and they did it. Okay, what's going on? And here it is. Reinventing the notebook. What? Okay, I'm a little, I'm taken aback. We see a bubble floating across the screen. And more sexy music. Okay. And the bubbles hitting the bezel on the side of the notebook. And you see a nice edge to the notebook. Oh, they had to have made it super thin. Whoa! That is thin! That's like almost as thin as the iPad. Dude! I'm like looking at the video. Okay, for those of you expecting an Air update, you may have had it. My God. Now, granted, when closed, it'd be a little thicker than an iPad, but potentially thinner than 2 iPads together. It's thin. Whoa. Skinny mini. Let's see here. Tim's now brought it on stage. He says, "Can you even see it? I can't even feel it." And he shuts it. There it goes. Very thin. I'm not the person for it, though. Someone asked if I'd get one. I'm like, it's sexy. Don't get me wrong, but it probably wouldn't get much use here. I'd be more inclined to use my iPad or phone for tasks like that. The MacBook Pro is my video crunching machine. Inkbeat S. Oh my god, I see you live. You can see me live every day. Just become one of the supernomies. So, yeah, they said they reinvented everything in the MacBook to get to where they are with it. Design-wise, it's pretty slick. Not that, whoa! Weighs 2 pounds. The new MacBook weighs 2 pounds. Lightest Mac they've ever made. At its thickest point, about 13.1 millimeters. Thinnest Mac they've ever made. Like I said, so the previous MacBook Air was, well, it's of course taller, thicker. The new one is 24% thinner. It's thin, but all I see is a connection potentially for the power cable. Yeah, that's the only port I've seen. All metal enclosure. Oh no, I do see a headphone jack. Full-size keyboard, which I like because I talked about this when we talked about wireless keyboards. All new keyboard. They took a new invention with the keyboard. Because I love the layout. That's because you can go between a Mac and a wireless keyboard, and it works very, very well. Because your muscle memory, you don't have to remap anything. So now they're explaining scissor mechanism, the current keys on the MacBooks as well as the wireless keyboards. They invented a butterfly mechanism. So scissors more like this, butterflies more like this. It's a key that's more precise and accurate, 4 times more stable than the scissor mechanism. So 40% thinner. I wonder if they'll be upgrading. Oh, keycaps larger too. I wonder if they're going to update the wireless keyboards then. So they're showing a slow motion keying. I wonder if they'll update it. Oh, backlit too. New lighting system. Individual LED for each key. I like that. More so than the backlit previous gen. That's the first new feature of the... They're calling it MacBook. They're not saying MacBook Air. 12-inch display. Yeah, Thomas Semeniuk says, still not mechanical. Agreed, but I don't think they're going to jam a mechanical here. Retina display, 2304 by 1440. Can the video card handle it? So it's Retina. Dude. Panels 0.88 millimeter thin. Thinnest Mac display ever. Larger pixel aperture. That's, of course, for light. Okay, this is definitely looks like an upgrade for some people out there, I guess. It consumes 30% less energy at the same brightness. Ugh, Mom. Why is my mom calling? Stop it. No. My mom's calling me. Right in the middle of an Apple keynote. Hang on just a second. She interrupts everything. Oh, Mom, I love you, but hang on. Let me text Mom back. Sorry, everybody. I gotta communicate my mom. Now they're talking about trackpad. Now they're explaining that the trackpad is like a diving board of sorts. The new trackpad, however, is a force touch trackpad. Glass multi-touch surface. Earl Green says, may the force touch trackpad be with you. Taptic engine. To provide feedback for the clicking. Click anywhere. Anywhere on the surface to get the same feel. Not hinged. So that's different. And there's an adjustable click feel since it's an electronic. So you can tweak it. The force sensors are, they're pressure sensitive. So it'll tell the difference between force click or a light click. May the force click be with you. Now in OS 10, if you force click, now by default you'll get a Wikipedia if you force click a word. Or you can force click on an address and email and it'll pop up with a map. It's kind of neat. So the data detectors are tied into force click. That's kind of neat. Jason Wiley. One more thing. Here's Michael Bay. Oh, God. For another meltdown? What? Interesting. Force click. So I wonder if they're going to be bringing that to the Magic touchpad, trackpad. Force click. The deeper you press to fast forward. Okay, so you're in QuickTime. The deeper press, the faster the fast forward goes. Neat. That is neat. I don't know if I'd upgrade for it, but if you had an old Air, this is an upgrade. No doubt. I don't know if it's a replacement for the Pro, though. Latest unibody architecture. It's hard to talk over someone. Boy, they got it thin. They're showing how they accommodated the logic board. And they're calling it the MacBook, not the Air. Is that the fan? Yeah. Yeah, how'd they accommodate the fan with vent support? First fanless MacBook. So I would definitely not be using it. For me. For video processing, like, because crunching and stuff. I don't know. Whoa. They showed the new logic board. They almost shrunk it by half. Densest logic board ever in a Mac. 67% smaller. I was going to say, that surface area is definitely a fraction. That's insane. And then Schiller says this is insane after I said it. I swear. Intel Core M. Up to a CPU speed 1.3 gigahertz to 2.9 at a turbocharge. Just 5 watts power consumption. So it's pretty energy efficient. Still, if you do a lot of video processing, video watching, you're probably going to be okay. Whoa. So you got a small logic board, you got a small sensor for the trackpad, and the rest of the I guess the case is comprised of battery. Wow. So what are they going to say about battery life? So they've maximized space. The batteries have been optimized, so they're terraced, contoured battery cells. So think of it like a ziggurat, you know, where you have. So it fits the contour of the enclosure. Wow. 35% more capacity in the same space. All day battery life. We'll see. It does look nice. 9 hours wireless web. iTunes movie playback at 10 hours. Of course, they're talking likely about Safari for wireless web browsing, because Chrome is a beast. Okay, their vision for the future of the notebook is one without wires. Well, good luck with that. So, Bluetooth 4 and 802.11 AC. What do you think? Benjamin Kolkman asks, what do I think it'll cost? 1,000. 1,000. How much you want to bet? 1K. Trust me. They're going to be priced to move. 1,000. How much you want to bet? And they're talking about what you can do with it. It's very lightweight, dude. Where's the USB? USB is so yesterday. Sorry. But I'm guessing they have... Okay, so they got a power port, of course. So they're making it a versatile connector, which then one connector supports USB, data port, HDMI, VGA. So they'll have converters through one connector. That's impressive. What I would expect is a power cable that would, like, you would connect it to power and then connect the connector through some kind of power. Oh, USB-C supported. USB-C. Wow. There's the USB-C cable. A third the size of a standard USB cable. Reversible. Now it's USB-C, so I would expect this isn't just an Apple thing. Nice. Through one connector. That's cool. I like it. It makes everything else seem so antiquated. When you look at any new technology, though, that's what happens. Not going to rush out and get it, though. It's not for me. But it's nice. So they're saying this is everything we put in it, and here comes the cost. Here comes the cost. Wait for it. Comes in silver, space gray. Oh, and gold. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Is gold. Gold is best. It's environmentally friendly. Energy Star 6.1. We'll see what the cost is. I haven't heard it to this point. World's most energy efficient notebook. Come on. Get on to the cost. Oh, now there's a video to tell us about it. I don't need a video. Oh, it's Johnny Ive talking about the MacBook. Javier Gutierrez says, I love Apple, but this is ridiculous. He's saying he's got a lot of cables. Well, but this is the thing. Not every Mac... this is really hard to do. Not every Mac was built for you. The use case of this particular Mac is for extreme portability. Not necessarily needing to use it as your desk or a desktop replacement. It's obviously not a desktop replacement. It's made for energy efficiency, portability, and well, workability on OS 10 without needing all the cables that some people may not need. So this is not for you. That doesn't make it a ridiculous decision for Apple to make. In fact, I think it makes it an intelligent decision for Apple to make. The lines between the Mac and the iPad in terms of hardware are blurring on an increasing basis. Now, OS wise, software wise, completely different stories. And you'd expect that. Mark Turner says, enough boring ads. They're not that boring, but we've kind of already heard it. I don't know if the commercials are for us. It looks like a solid machine. It really does for people who need power, portability, I guess some amount of prestige, especially with the gold version. They've definitely upgraded the components. This isn't just the next gen MacBook Air. I mean, they have changed a lot in this that would make it virtually unrecognizable in respect to comparing it to the most recent MacBook Air that we've seen. So I can't plug my earphones anymore. Well, here's the thing, Go Bluetooth. I thought I saw on one side, and it could have been a Kensington lock, but I thought I saw a headphone jack on the side. I could be wrong. But then again, you got to remember, wireless, Bluetooth. These are Bluetooth. So Bluetooth headphones would likely be supported. And again, it's all about going wireless. And there are going to be sacrifices made. And even though this isn't for you, it's for a lot of people out there who haven't necessarily been accommodated yet. The MacBook Air has never really been for me. It's nice, but I have a different use case for my computers. You know, you got to remember that. The world, Apple doesn't have to make everything for you. They have to make products that are going to work for segments of the marketplace that they think they can address well. My Bluetooth runs out of battery. I understand you're dealing with battery life, but your computer's also not going to last all day either. So I don't know. I don't know anything. I just saw, as they were spinning it around, what seemed to be a circular port, which I would imagine be a headphone jack. But they didn't really bring that up, at least at this point. Hang on. Yeah, no, look. Look on the side. You can see it as they're showing the closure. I think that's a headphone port. Yeah, so I think you're set. Very, not, thin is the wrong word. I think svelte is the best word to use. It's svelte. It's nice to see USB Type-C being adapted too. Adopted. Wow, so charging by way of USB-C. Everything, USB-C. And seriously, weighing 2 pounds, that's really, really light. If you're the use case for it, if the software that you need is only available on OS 10. See, now for most people, like I said, the line's kind of blurred between an iPad, which I think is going to, most people can handle. I think the iPad is just as much of a computer for the average person as a MacBook. I absolutely believe that. I truly believe that. This is certainly a valid entry in the marketplace, but if what you do is browse the web, do social and email, or maybe some photo stuff, you don't need a MacBook. You don't. And anybody who says otherwise just doesn't quite understand how a lot of this works. Selena Horde says $12.99. Oh, you must be ahead of me. 256 gig flash device or flash storage, $12.99. Okay, I thought 1,000. That's not bad. I was close. Of course, you can bump up the specs and pay a little bit more, but still, that's not bad. I thought it'd be closer to 1,000, but again, that separates the iPad users from these MacBook users. It starts shipping April 10th. And the new MacBook Pro. Oh, MacBook Pro gets similar bumps. Oh, MacBook Air stays Air. It gets faster 5th gen Intel Core i5 and i7, faster Thunderbolt. This is the MacBook Air. So we have Air is different from this new MacBook. 2 times faster flash with the old MacBook Air, shipping today. So now the MacBook Air is the bulky Mac. 13-inch MacBook Pro gets an update. Gets the Force Touch trackpad. Nice. Faster processors. 2x faster flash. Another hour battery life out of the 13-inch MacBook. We'll see what they say about the 15-inch then. The Pro. Oh, they didn't mention anything about the Pro bump. Just the MacBook Air and the regular 13-inch MacBook. Interesting. Now you'd like to turn to the newest addition to the Apple family, the Watch. The Apple Watch, I'm sorry. Now this is, if they do this right, the Apple Watch is the new PC. And I really mean that truly, because I've been talking about the smartphone is less of a smartphone, more like a PC. Now I know that upsets a lot of, PC fans, but this is very personal. You always have it on you. Well, think about the watch. If you're the use case for it, if you need what it can have to offer. Now, if you always have your phone on you, I'm still not sure the watch is a value. If you're not used to wearing something on your wrist, I don't know if the watch is going to be a value for you. If you're not wanting to track your health stats, I don't know if the watch is a value for you. I mean, I'm telling you, we see it now and it looks sexy, but 2 years from now, the new Apple Watch will be even more svelte. I mean, that's how technology works, though. Smaller, faster, better. They've got a compelling story with the watch. But I really think it's going to be a challenge for people because it's something that's not needed. You don't need the watch. You need something like a phone. You don't need a watch. Now they're using it or talking about it like a communication tool. I don't know. I still haven't seen anything that would, jump out at me as you have to wear it. See, that's the thing. Even when you're texting someone, if they don't have their phone in front of them, they're not going to communicate back. I looking at the time like that, it's just, it would just remind me about how slow, quote unquote, how slow time is going. See, I'm not much on the analog clocks. I don't like them. I never liked them. I'm a fan of the digital faces, personally. But see, at the point that you're doing this, you might as well get a Pebble and save like $200. But I know the rich ecosystem of apps in conjunction with iOS. That's really the story. So again, this is beautiful because it's tied into the ecosystem, so it brings people deeper into Apple's ecosystem. Now they're showing something my dad will love. It's a Mickey Mouse. My dad's been wearing a Mickey Mouse watch forever. This might actually get him to use it, I'd imagine. It's kind of funny. I would never use that as a watch face for too long, though. That's me. I want a Darth Vader that does the saber or something. I don't know. They're pointing out how customizable it is. I mean, this is really nothing new. Showing the next appointment. That's important for those of you who keep a calendar. Glances is a new feature. So it allows you to check things very quickly for the things you check frequently. So swiping up from the bottom, you can see things like weather, which you can do on the phone. Calendar, you can do on the phone. Controlling things that you could otherwise control with your phone, just from your wrist. Earl says he prefers his Tag Heuer. It's definitely more inching into lifestyle brands. I don't know if it's going to be as upgradable though either. I mean, in terms of will people upgrade year after year after year? What are they going to change? How are they going to update it? So they're talking about communicating. So you see messages, feel messages. Now they're likely going to be using voice recognition. So if someone sends a message, you can hit reply and say something. Built-in speaker microphone. You can receive calls on the watch. Yeah, this is very Dick Tracy. This is very Dick Tracy. No camera, though. This isn't full-on camera TV phone. That would kill battery life. Email, which would drive me nuts. Yeah, that would drive me nuts. It'll be interesting to see what developers come up with, though. It really will. They're talking about the communication aspects. There's the digital crown, or the button, not the crown. I guess there are two different connectivity points. So now you can connect watch to watch, digital touch. You can sketch on your watch, and that sketch gets animated on your friend's watch exactly as you drew it. Gimmicky. You can tap the watch to get your friend's attention. See, that to me would want me to have fewer friends. You can send your heartbeat. Why would I want it? It's interesting, but it just gimmicky. Gimmicky. It's gimmicky. It's fun, but it's gimmicky. You know what? That's what happens is you annoy someone to the point where they turn it off. At which point, I don't know. Now, the fitness aspect of it is fascinating because I've been talking about. I know I'm sitting here in front of a plate of bacon, which my wife very lovingly made for me, which I will absolutely eat. But I've been talking about getting back into exercising, and I've been waiting for something like this to come along. So, maybe the Apple Watch is going to help me lose weight. That'll be one hell of a story. The bacon's probably not going to help. But you know what? All I have right now is the bacon. So you can see move, exercise, and stand. Now the interface is fascinating to me because it's so small. You navigate like a honeycomb experience, different from the honeycomb experience of Windows Phone years and years ago. I almost wonder if you can have the same type of honeycomb experience. We've only seen a prototype of that someone made, a third party, having the interface on iOS on larger screens. Makes sense to me. So then it sets goals for you based on your last week totals. You know what I'm saying? What about a honeycomb experience like that on this iOS device? There's a new workout app. You've got a lot of different machines that it will basically providing you detailed metrics about your workout. So you can see during your workout how many calories you're burning, elapsed time, distance traveled. That's interesting to me because I plan on using the Gazelle, which we have downstairs in our awesome room. It's interesting. That's health and fitness on the Apple Watch. So they gave an Apple Watch to who? Someone who's a top fashion model. Cindy Crawford. She's top 100 most influential in the world. Mother. And a maternal health advocate. Member of the Harvard Medical School Global Council. Public health. She founded Every Mother Counts, a nonprofit dedicated to saving pregnancy and childbearing. I missed the word. Oh, Christy Turlington Burns. Now they're talking about public health and I'm eating bacon. What do you want, Wicket? This is not going to get me to run a marathon. She finished the half marathon using an Apple Watch. Apple bacon. Oprah would have been a win. Yeah, Ink Beat S, you ain't kidding. So now that, hey. Hi, sweetie. They're showing an advertisement, baby. I got an Apple baby. I got an Apple beanie baby. I got an Apple beanie baby. She's wearing her Apple stocking cap. Yay! That Daddy got at the Apple store a while ago. Remember that? So are you here to join Daddy with the keynote announcements? Does Daddy smell like bacon and coffee? That'd be a good perfume, wouldn't it? Or cologne. Mm-hmm. Yay! Jedi says yay! They need to make a baby Apple Watch, don't they? So we can track your coos.
On the table?
On the table?
Well, can they see it?
Yeah, I think they can see her. Let's watch the cable there. Don't worry, everybody. You're not missing anything. They're just playing an ad. And we are here with Baby Apple. I am here to announce, during this announcement, everyone's taking screenshots, I'm sure, tweeting them. You can tag her. You're on Twitter, at Jedi Pirillo. And she's like, we're so amazed with the Apple Watch. We're like,
She's speechless.
yeah, we're speechless. We're like, what is going on with the Apple Watch? Oh, every time she sees a touchscreen, she wants to reach out and touch it. That's intuitive. You going to join me here for a little bit? You probably need to take her, though, at some point. Yee. Sorry. You can see the corner of her head right now. Just a little. You see the little Apple logo? That's right. Unfortunately, you can't get these. I did what was Apple Store Haul. If you Google, it's in the video in the Classic channel. Look, the Apple Store Haul. I talked about where we got the stuff. Okay, they're coming back on with the announcements on. I gotta go. Okay. Lol, Chris Pirillo is Jewish. No, he is not. You moron. All right. Look up at mommy. Woo! Christy's next big adventure. The baby, you are way more entertaining than an Apple Watch. I could Pirillo watch you all day long. Yeah. This is Pirillo watch. Yay! So they're gonna give her an Apple Watch. I can't get you one. You can't wear one anyway. What would you use it for? Nothing, because you're a baby. Now I'm not slamming you. I'm just saying. Oh, hang on. Someone's texting me. Liz, Christy Turlington is doing some amazing stuff. Well, no doubt she is. It's pretty cool. I mean, it seems like the International Women's Day. Was it International Women's Day yesterday? Mm-hmm. You got a shout out from Frankie.
I did.
It's pretty cool. Well, Diana became International Woman of the Century with this plate of bacon. Doesn't take much to make Daddy happy. Just some bacon and a baby. Oh. You know, the geeks haven't seen you in a while, have they? Oh, baby. Scream. So, what are you planning today? It's a Monday. Are we going to possibly go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? Oh, Wicked's now cocking his head. He knows what that word is. So, Christy's just talking on stage. You're not missing anything. I mean, you might be. I mean, you can listen to her and everything. But they're not talking about tech or hardware or the stuff that I know a lot of people tuned into my stream to hear my insight on. I have no insight other than saying Christy is an amazing woman. Not as amazing as Diana. Not as amazing as Jedi will be. But... Do. Yeah. Is today the day you speak your first word? Apple. 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 Oh, she's going to have a weekly blog on Apple. Oh, blogs. So suddenly we've gone back 10 years. Awesome. She's going to have a blog. So they're talking about Apple Watch again, blah, 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 blah. When is my question? When can I get mine? I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not as excited as others because this is what I wear. This.
And you can't shower with it.
You can do things. Apple Pay. You can connect to your camera remotely. That's neat. If you ever set up your camera remotely. Siri support. Maps. Notifications. But the notifications only come in when you're wearing it. That's kind of neat. Any notification you receive on an iPhone, you can get on your watch. She loves the lights, by the way. Jedi loves the lights. They're showing Facebook notifications. See, that would annoy the hell out of me. Imagine if you got when you get notifications on your phone, like bzz, 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 I'd turn that stuff off. I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep those notifications on. It would just annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah, but the average person probably wouldn't.
Well, no. I mean the average person, right? Because so-and-so liked your photo, so-and-so shared. I mean, you have to ignore half the notifications you get on your phone.
True.
This is what I'm saying. It's overkill. I know, baby. And the thing is, with a watch, you have to remember to wear it. Otherwise, it's useless. Otherwise, it just sits there and collects dust. And that's no good. That's where a lot of my gadgets turn up. I just don't wear them. I don't wear this is our 3rd year anniversary, and do you see my wedding ring? No. You know why? Because it's right over here. There we go. Okay. It still fits.
And it's not
I just don't wear jewelry. What?
It's not waterproof?
What's that, baby?
It's not waterproof?
My watch?
No, yeah, the watch.
Oh, the watch? The Apple Watch? No.
So you can't wear it in Seattle.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful with water. You have to be careful with water. Well, they have the Sport Edition, but it's not full-on waterproof. They just couldn't make the technology work that I know of. That was the last announcement.
Okay.
Or when they were talking about it a few months ago, last year.
Oh, okay.
It's good to have you here, too, because you can bounce back. Your voice is the voice of the community.
Yeah.
She wasn't slagging me, by the way, for not wearing the wedding ring. Just, we know we're married. Trust me, you don't have to remind us.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm saying we know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we don't need to be reminded we have a baby. Because we have coos.
You should be wearing your wedding ring. Oh, I'm not wearing mine either. She's so quiet.
That's good. I'd rather have her quiet. She usually doesn't like hats.
No, this one's really soft.
See, now the thing is, they're showing Siri. They're demonstrating Siri. But Siri, honestly, annoys the hell out of me on the iPhone. I can't imagine it sucking less on the watch. Do you like Siri?
No.
See, I don't like Siri at all. I don't. People, you love everything Apple does. No, I don't like Siri. I think Google now does a better job. Or Google does a better job.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine Google's going to have a conduit for the watch. They'd be crazy not to. Because remember, Google, horizontal player. Apple, vertical player. Horizontal, vertical. Oh, you like those words? What about diagonal? Here, we can make baby go diagonal. Woo! And the baby is diagonal. There we go. We have a diagonal baby. Oh, WeChat is supported, which is important for a lot of people. Let's keep that cable away from you. There we go. eKiwi3 says, not waterproof? That was my last understanding, that it's not fully waterproof.
Yeah. Gotta be careful.
Now, the emoji that they've put on the watch, because it's different kind of emoji, I'm not sure if I like it. Yeah, you don't like it either? It looks kind of very Yahoo Messenger-ish. Now, they're showing WeChat stickers there. I don't know. Maybe after using it with my review, because I plan on using it. My plan is get it, unbox it, of course, live. Although that live broadcast may be, for people, it may be a time delayed by a day. Supernomies would get to watch it live. Everybody else afterwards. So another reason to become a Supernomie. Then the watch, I'd like to wear it for about a month before giving it a review because I got to give it a fair shake.
Mm-hmm.
You like that idea? You can't wear it. It's too big. It may be big enough to wrap around your head, but I don't think we're going to do that. So they're showing notifications on the watch. They're showing how everything gets displayed, like for Apple Pay. Like you go, how intuitive is that to go like that? It seems awkward to me. Like, but like I said, in my head, I'm thinking all the worst case scenarios here. I'm thinking everyone else is excited, and I'm like, it's a watch. It's a smartwatch. It's pretty cool. More places have to support like things like Apple Pay for it to get really exciting. More often than not, I forget. Pam2125 asks, why don't you stream on YouTube more often for free? I'm sure your fan base would go up. My fan base, I think, is doing just fine. I'm just as happy to have the people who understand how I'm doing things. And quite honestly, I give a lot out for nothing anyway. So if you really like what I do, I really appreciate the extra support that you give. And I'm happy to give even more bonuses. Earl Green says, I don't want another device to have to charge every evening. Yeah, that's another thing I thought about. You'd have to have potentially 2 cables. One for your phone, whatever phone you use, and then one for your watch. How are they going to accommodate that? I would imagine if I was Apple, here's what I'd do. I'd create like almost like either a dock that accommodated both the watch and the phone, or iPhone specifically, or a dual-headed cable, like with this, like a Y splitter. You charge it or through one port, two outputs. That'd be the only way of doing it, because otherwise you got 2 cables running up. Sloppy. Sloppy. Sloppy boppy. He's still demonstrating. Is that Instagram? Interesting. Yeah, Instagram on the watch. Because, using Instagram on the phone is just so antiquated. Who wants that? I mean, what? So big.
So 2014.
What, baby?
So 2014.
Yeah, it's so, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. I think you're the happiest baby on YouTube. She's like, how can I not be happy? I live in Magic Kingdom, where every day is a day we get to play with toys and watch cartoons and read comic books. Apple Watch communicates by way of Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. It communicates to your iPhone. So that's nice. It communicates by Wi-Fi. So there's the Uber app. Uber. Dominic Maggiolo says, they're really pushing the watch, huh? Well, yeah. That's like the crown jewel of this presentation today, buddy. Flavio Gomez says, wait, Instagram on the watch is awesome. Yeah, it looks neat, but like I said, you got your phone, you're doing that. Why would you need it? Why would you need it here? What's the use case? I don't know. I haven't seen the thing yet. The thing that makes it wow. I've seen gimmicks. I've seen niceties. I think the biggest value, really beyond watch, is, or I guess timekeeping, is specifically data tracking, fitness tracking. I think it's the fitness tracker. That's what it is. Everything else is a bonus. Because everything else I'm seeing here is an iOS app on the iPhone or an iPad. She's starting to get fuzzy.
Oh no.
Okay, everybody vote. Which is better? The Apple Beanie on the baby or the Apple Watch? Which is cuter? Take a vote. Oh, baby, you can't have that cord.
It's like, I want it in my mouth.
You ready? Okay.
Oh,
Got her? Got her? Got her?
Got it.
Okay. So now he shows the gimmick. He shows a gimmick and sends his wife a flower drawing, which you can do in an app. I mean, an iPhone app. It's not. It's gimmicky. You'll do it once and then you'll never do it again.
Yeah.
Like, okay, how many apps do you install on your phone and never use? How many?
All of them.
Huh?
All of them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You use them once or twice and that's it. don't know. I'm still not seeing it yet. It's fascinating to me, but like I said, I'm actually approaching this with a very uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Skeptical viewpoint. I'm very skeptical about the Apple Watch. I almost said Apple. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because Apple is not a word. Now I talked about how some hotels are picking up such that the key that you get could be programmed to your watch specifically, so that your room key is your watch. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Hang on, I hear music. Oh, so he's showing Shazam integration with Siri. Beck is playing. I think that was Beck. Or at least that's what it showed on the screen, unless it changed. See, I think everybody in the chat right now is pretty much saying the same thing I am. Well, apart from one, Casey Grimm, Apple Watch sucks. Well, I'm not gonna go that far. I may not be the use case, but just because I'm not the customer doesn't mean it sucks. What sucks is your perspective or lack thereof. You have to understand you're not the only person out there. The universe does not revolve around you. That's what I thought. It was a Foo Fighters. So look, you can be annoyed. The Apple Watch, one feature is that you can be annoyed by notifications on your wrist now. Okay, I gotta tweet that. That is a tweet. One amazing feature of the Apple Watch is that now notifications can annoy the hell out of you on your wrist directly. Yeah, let's see here. Did that make sense? One amazing feature of the Apple Watch is that notifications can annoy the hell out of you on your wrist directly. That make sense? All right, I'll tweet it. Showing different things on the watch, but nothing that I have seen which would be any different than the iPhone, apart from on your wrist. Imagine if someone was doing this to your wrist like randomly throughout the day. You get so tired of it. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm not a fan of notifications. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, people must have liked that tweet. I got 6 retweets and 6 favorites already. Because they understand, and notifications can annoy the hell out of you. That's the first thing I usually do with apps is turn off the notifications. Because if I ignore any of them, I'm ignoring the valuable ones that really, truly matter. So the iPhone is the controller for the watch, which makes sense because we can understand how to operate this interface. It's larger. iOS 8.2. There's going to be a new Apple Watch app, which is great. It's built in, so it's basically the Apple Watch app is the app store specifically for the watch. It's basically a big ad potentially. Which I think it's also where you configure the watch. iOS 8.2 available today. Yes. Did it fix the folder popping bug? That's what I want to know. Is it available yet? I'm checking. Software update. Probably not. Quote unquote all day battery. Yeah, I'm still 813. I'm going to be checking that incessantly. 18 hours. Simple and elegant way to charge it. We'll see. If you hold the magnetic charger near the back of the watch, it'll automatically click it into place. Which, you know, it's been nice to see how Apple's done that over the years. They got 3 collections. You've got Sport. So if you're someone who's just all about the workout, Sport's it for you. The aluminum they're talking about, and they're saying even the aluminum had been modified, and they're now demonstrating a video showing what they've done with the aluminum, specifically with the Watch Sport, the Apple Watch Sport. Aluminium. Well, I'll give them one thing. Their commercials are sexy. Oh, here's Johnny Ive again. It's a new alloy. 60% stronger. Just as light. Again, you don't want a lot of weight. Well, sport. See, if people asking, well, which one would you go with? I'd go with the cheapest one. It's, this is a sexy commercial for aluminum. I'll give them. I'll give them that. It's interesting. I think what's nice to know about their process is the fact that it's lightweight, and that's the one thing that would probably be most perturbing for me is feeling the weight of something on my wrist. Like I said, this, you know, I'm wearing the wedding ring, but then my finger gets all sweaty, and I'm like, I'm not. It's not me. Samuel Samal says, so blender will break? Will it blend? We don't know. Will it bacon? C said aluminium. Looks nice. No doubt, it does look nice. The Sport. Even with its garish color bands. Hang on, I need some kind of lip balm here. Ow! $349 for 38 millimeter. $400 for the 42 millimeter model. The collection. So wait, each one supports a different type of band then too. Interesting. Oh, so they've modified stainless steel too. I don't know. To me, I mean, I'd want to wear some. I saw one band they were demonstrating in the last video, like last year. One band that looked like it'd be one for me, just one. But it may only be on the not the Sport, but the, I guess, the middle edition, the stainless steel edition. I don't know. So it's strong, no doubt about that. So it's hard. Stainless steel, hard. Oh, cold forging. That's how you know it's good. 80% harder. Less susceptible to nicks and scratches. Now, that is cool. I mean, considering you're going to be banging the thing around. They make the mundane sound exciting, you know? It's kind of funny. Wow, Apple's going to go through the whole periodic table, says Turkish Chubs. Yeah. Next, oxygen. We re-engineered oxygen. Oh, wait until we get to the... What's the high-end one called? The ungodly... My God. How could anybody afford this watch? See, that mesh band is the one that impresses me. The chainmail, that one was the one that impressed me. But I thought you could interswap the bands, but I guess not. It's kind of sad. Apple Watch collection. Whoa! Starts at $549 to $1049, just depending on the band selection. 42 millimeter. Damn, dude. Damn. Then you have the Apple Watch edition. Oh my God. Well, oh, dear God. Custom design. It's all about the bands, apparently. They're not selling watches, they're selling bands. I don't think it has GPS, though. I think that's probably connectivity through something like an iPhone. Limited quantities of Apple Watch edition. Priced from $10,000. And available in select retail stores. But that's nothing. In the world of watches, that's cheap. April 10th pre-order. You guys got to understand, this isn't about a race to the bottom. If you want a cheap watch, get a cheap watch. You look at this. Go to Amazon. Do me a favor. Go to Amazon and go ahead and search for watches. Just see how much they cost. Trust me, $349 is a bargain. Ugh. It's all about the bands, I guess. But see, this would be something like, much like with an iPhone or an iPad, you'd want to upgrade. I'd imagine something like this, you'd want to upgrade every year. So you'd get it, you'd use it, you'd sell it to recoup the cost. They're launching in select countries. Not every country. Oh, of course they made an ad. Geez, half this keynote is an ad. I mean, the whole keynote is an ad, let's face it. But now they're even applauding in their own ad. That's what they're doing in the ad. There's a band, a stainless steel band. That's the one that's popping out for me. I don't want the cheapy bands. I'd rather have a metal band. Yeah, metal band. Ah! That'd be a nice addition. But I don't know if it's going to be a compelling upgrade for everybody. In the ad, they're showing you everything that you can do. Of course, they're not showing you that you have to have a connection directly to your iPhone either. Not they would need to. The watch is coming 4/24/15. That's when it launches. Pre-orders what, April 10th? I don't know why are we clapping? I'm not a watch guy. I think that's obvious. Joanne Edwards says $10,000 is a down payment on a house. It is, but understand, there are people who make a lot of money out there. You and me may not be them. Hey, I can't fault any company for making money. This bacon was cooked to perfection. Some of it's melting in my mouth. And then they're just recapping, which is odd. I haven't heard anything about OS 10, the release of 10.10.3 with photos. I thought we'd hear that. Maybe not. Yeah, they didn't mention anything about OS 10. Well, then again, I wasn't expecting a lot of talk about software, if only because WWDC is really for that. Yeah, he's done. He's wrapped. He's pretty much wrapped. Now he's asking Apple employees to stand up. Not all of them are in the front row either. Now, see, if I had brass cojones, I'd stand up at the same time. I'd like a standing ovation, and people would think that I worked at Apple. Mike McGee, be careful about how you're comparing watch to watch. You're looking at a race to the bottom, buddy. That's not Apple. Remember, vertical, horizontal. Not to mention, if you look at the bigger brands like Tag Heuer, you're talking about watches thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. That Apple doesn't have the market corner, trust me. I'm gonna stick around and possibly, well, I think they have wrapped officially. I am gonna go ahead and wind down as it is kind of wound down. I'll answer a couple questions that I see in the chat. So if you feel free to go ahead and ask them as I kick out the screensaver here and do my best to get going on the back end here. Oh, crap, I did it again. There we go. You guys get to see kind of behind the scenes. This is everything that happens on my desktop as I run the presentation. Update this. We try to update it pretty much daily. I'm going to go ahead and try to answer or address some questions. Did it go? No, for some reason, when you hit spacebar, it never goes. I don't know why. And that's Google Docs, because I use Google Docs religiously. Liz, what are you saying? Okay, Hangout link will be sent out. Great. I couldn't watch that without Chris's commentary. Ian Clay, it's an exciting time to see an Apple keynote or a Google keynote or a Microsoft keynote, but yeah, I like layering on my own perspectives, if you will, after seeing it. And I really do want people to know that I'm excited, but it's not something that I've ever experienced, so I can't frame it in context. I'd become interested, honestly. And I think that's what's happened to me with gadgets, is I'm interested, I'm fascinated, whether they're from Apple or any company, but I got to think, well, am I going to use it? Is it great? Do I get excited? Not really. New gadgets don't excite me as much as they might other people. I get more excited by other things. I mean, they're interesting, they're fascinating to me. I love them for what they enable, but that's where my curiosity comes in or kicks in really when I'm talking about something like the Apple Watch, because I'm not someone who wears. I love the fact that I can wear this. What I'm saying is I don't wear things on a regular basis. It's not exactly like a claustrophobia, but I like very loose fitting clothes. I just don't like feeling like I'm being tied into something. So that's how I feel. Now I don't get a lot of people. There are watch geeks out there. There are smartphone geeks out there. There are tablet geeks out there. There are computer geeks out there. I don't know if I'm any one of those anymore. I'm just kind of this. What did I say in my Twitter profile? A professional adult kid. That's what I am. That's the title that I'm going with right now. Whichever one seems to like that. Red Vlogs asks, do you foresee Apple giving users the ability to delete app data or cache? I think you can simply by just deleting the app outright. Beyond that, it may be a little too much for Apple to go down that path. I mean, it is not anything like Android at all, or at least OS 10 being the equivalent on the desktop, but iOS not being anything like Android at all. Brandon Gardner says, Chris, what version of Apple Watch will you be buying? I guess I got to do more research because I wanted the cheapest one because I'm just not gonna. I don't want to spend a lot of money on one, because I don't want to get it and be disappointed and going, why did I do this? I feel it's useless to me. I'm inclined to get the Sport if only because it is the most affordable. But I did want the band that looked like chainmail. That looked like the band that I wanted the most. Liz, what are you saying? Oh, Liz is pulling up questions. Thank you, Liz. And she addressed the same one I did too. Z Falcon 1 asked, what are your final thoughts about the new MacBook? Definitely neat. What's interesting to me is that it didn't replace the old Air. Like the Air now looks like the Air looks bulky compared to the new MacBook, which is just odd because I thought they would go with that as the Air, but they didn't. It's like a new class. It really is a new class, even though it's just plain old MacBook. So it looks fascinating. I'm not the use case for it. I'm not the buyer's case. It'd be good for students potentially, professionals, travelers, people who need a desktop class operating system without necessarily needing a full-on desktop replacement. I need something that has the power because I crunch video all the time. I'm pushing this live video out directly through my MacBook Pro, which is the latest Gen 15-inch, or at least was until today. And they didn't really talk about updating the 15-inch. They talked about updating the 13-inch. Key Tillman asks, what do you think about a $10,000 watch? Lol. Don't laugh. Okay, this is where you need to do some research. And I'm going to tell you right now, do research, please, because you may say, well, it's Apple just charges a lot. You don't understand. Do your research. I'm not going to say $10,000 is cheap, but look at how much that other companies have been charging for years. Watches is a completely new category. We're not talking about the world of computer geeks, okay? We're not talking about cheaping out on things. We're not talking about DIY stuff. We're talking about a completely different galaxy of products. These people who buy watches are used to spending thousands upon thousands of dollars per watch. Please don't sound... I'm going to give you a challenge. Don't sound uninformed, okay? Please don't. It cheapens the entire conversation. This is a different class for Apple. I am not the category for that. I don't wear watches, but some people do, and they're used to spending thousands upon thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on a timepiece that has no smartness to it at all. So they're really works of art on the wrist. Not necessarily for me, but don't sound uninformed. Please don't. It cheapens the conversation. Eric Flink says, I think $500 is a lot to ask for a watch that you need to upgrade. Well, but I don't think people are going to buy these and upgrade them every year. I think you'd buy an Apple Watch and use it potentially for the next 5 years. Probably a longer use case than an iPhone, certainly than an iPad. You're not going to have a lot of turnover with it. And I think if you were looking for a timepiece, if you're looking for a fitness tracker, Apple's really got the solution that ties you deeper into Apple's series of products. And consider that a lot of these people who are used to luxury products, that like $10,000 non-smartwatches, they're probably using iPhones. And if they are, now they're tied in closer together. Or it's a compelling reason that you might spend, if you're, let's say, a rich person, I'm sorry, if you were well-to-do, if you were wealthy, and you were using your phone, and I paid, it was nothing, it was a minute's worth of work, $800, haha. Oh, well, that's, I'm pretending to be wealthy. That's right over there, look, the watch is only a mere $10,000. Oh, that sounds great, and they work together. So, I don't disagree with you at all, but you don't have to be the only audience for Apple. Keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. You don't have to be the only thing. The universe does not revolve around any one of us. If you're not a watch lover, don't buy it. Now, Inkbeat S, I wouldn't say that either. I've been looking for a fitness tracker. Every one of them had benefits, but I don't know if this is something that I really, really had seen a viable replacement for the longest time. Like in terms of what I'm not wearing. And there are a lot of fitness trackers out there, and many of them are kind of kludgy. So seeing something like this, I think the biggest benefit is like a fitness tracker plus. That's the way I'm accommodating the Apple Watch Sport. Because what does a fitness tracker cost? A good one, $200, something like that. $100, $200. So if you wear a watch now, and if you like Apple's products, I think the Sport is potentially a good thing for you. But you don't necessarily need to not like watches for this not to be a product for you. I'd rather buy a G-Shock lol, but that's just me. Well, exactly, Kyle. It's good to have competition in the marketplace. Unless you're a proven brand, 10,000 is quite an arrogant price tag. I wouldn't say that. You must not have done your research on this, because 10,000 is not a lot for a lot of these luxury brand watches. A lot for you and me, yeah, maybe. Joe, he says, what did they say about the... Now, this is an interesting question. What did they say about the $10,000 will do more than the others to stand out against other expensive watches at the same price point? So, it's all about... At that point, it's all about the prestige. It's all about showing off that you have that watch. It's a show. It's just like luxury brands. Why get a Michael Kors purse? Why get a Coach purse? Because you're showing off. You're showing that. It's very it's showy. That's it. What you're showing the world is that you have money. That's not the thing I want to show the world, because A, I don't have it, and B, it's just not me. I wear Darth Vader t-shirts because they're comfortable, or this one at least, and of course I like Darth Vader. But for some people, it's a fashion statement. The Apple Watch is a fashion statement. Period. End of story. It's a fashion statement. In the world of fashion, is anything but cheap. Immortal Vibe says, carry on, Chris. Loving these live streams. Glad to hear it. We do 4 live streams every weekday. 4. You can watch all the live streams. You can watch most of the things that come out of the live streams, even if you're not one of the super nomies. You're all my nomies. Starts at $2 a month. All the live streams you can eat. We only do 4 a day. Plus, that includes the patron hangout. I do something with CPU. One of my favorite ones to do is the CPU behind the scenes, because I record the CPU episode for my classic YouTube channel, which I assume everybody subscribed to, because that's how most people might have discovered me. Those are now edited videos, and I show the super nomies behind the scenes of me putting it together from my end, and then everybody gets to see the produced product. Usually the super nomies get to see it ahead of time. I have 6 videos to edit today, apart from the vlog. It's going to be a little nutty with the show and tell videos. Those show and tell videos are mostly have seemingly been snacks and beer to this point. I'm working on getting other things in there, but I as I get something new or interesting that I think I want to show people, I'll show people. Oh, I didn't even get to show you here. Here's a sneak peek, everybody, for tuning in this late. Let's see here. I used a gift certificate, a gift card at the Lego store. Look at this. It's a Lego minifigure mug for people, like real people. It's fun. So I'm going to do a show and tell video about this mug. It's going to be a separate Lego mug video. And I'm going to, pour beer into it or coffee or something like that. All right. Let's see here. ZFalcon1 asks, can you think of any reason why they didn't mention update the 15-inch MacBook Pro? Didn't have anything to update in it. Didn't need to. Tech Life Today Co asks, how long have you been wearing your t-shirt? This one, just 1 day. It's been washed. He's proud to say that he watches my videos. Well, I'm proud to say that you're a part of this community. Joe Eggers, will Diana be getting a watch also? Diana doesn't really wear a lot of that stuff, even right now, even with the bracelet. She didn't show off the anniversary gift I got her today, but it matches a couple others that I got her for Christmas. She does kind of wear it, but I've never known her to wear a timepiece. And she's not really into fitness all that much. She used to do a lot of running, not so much anymore. But I don't, like I said, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question, but this is definitely not something that's going to be, I think, a regular kind of a device or gadget in the house. I don't think it's going to get as much use as I would expect it to be. And like I said, I don't think Diana would necessarily be the target demographic, if only because the Apple Watch is anything but svelte. It's bulky. No matter which band you're wearing, it is bulky. I know some people say, oh, it's small. No, it's bulky. The mug is epic. I agree, Franklin Longmore. Okay, couple more questions. Then I'm going to move on to the patron-only hangout, which we do every weekday. Again, you can join us. Just become one of the super nomies, starting at $2 a month. It supports us. You get to tune in, I get to interact, and we get to have fun. How much does the mug cost? Oh, it even says Lego in the bottom. I just saw that. Barely see it there. Lego. I just noticed that. That's awesome. I think it cost like $10 or something like that, but it was worth it. I'm like, dude, it's a freaking minifigure mug. This is so awesome. Do I think the price of the Apple Watch will come down? Asks Saladin IUB. I do not think it will come down at all. Caleb Reed says it's cool that the MacBook Air has no fan. It's not a MacBook Air. It's just a MacBook. They're very clear about that. Very clear about that. Apple Store is finally up. Well, there's nothing there at the Apple Store at this stage. The watch goes on pre-sale this April 10th. Like I said, I'm inclined to go. I may actually check out. I may actually walk into an Apple Store for once in a blue moon and see if they have them available to look at. Which I don't know if they're going to become available to look at in person immediately or starting on the 10th. I'm not sure. Okay, so I can't wait to see that in every vlog. Well, I can't promise that you're going to see everything in every vlog. This one, no, not every vlog. I'm going to wash it. Obviously, it needs to be washed, and I'll drink out of it for sure. But I don't know if it's going to be in every particular every vlog. Sorry. Thank you everybody for tuning in. As I said, I'm going to roll on to my daily patron hangout. You are more than welcome to join us there. As I said, become one of the super nomies, and you're more than welcome to join us. It's easy to do. Starting at $2 a month, all sorts of bonuses, including more interactivity with me, which a lot of people want. I only have so much time in the day, so I'm very happy to spend even more time with the people who spend even more time with me. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. I love you. If nobody told you today, I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.